play a position that people naturally think is not tough, you gotta be fired up about a chance to demonstrate, hey, I can bring it too. Protect our teammates, but we're going to compete our butts off, and we're not taking crap from anybody tomorrow. That's starting from starting practice. We good?
And first day of full pads, talk generally about how the day went.
I think it was a pretty good day. You know, I think got a lot of offense in. Guys are learning well. It's an interesting group because, you know, with Bish being down, Markus has played a lot of football for us, but outside of Wheat, it's a pretty young group. So it's good because those guys are getting lots of reps and they're making some plays and they're learning on the fly. But I'm excited about what I see.
Okay, that brings depth, building depth for the spring. How important is that?
Oh, it's critical because you never know when someone's going to be forced into action. You know, last year we had a starter get hurt in pregame. You know, got twisted up on the turf and we lost him for the game. So the reps in spring and the reps in fall camp, you know, for the whole group in terms of guys knowing what to do and being able to be full speed and then being able to make plays. You know, you need to give them a chance to do it now in practice so that you can count on them to do it on game day. Today was pretty long practice, got a lot of reps. And what do you tell your kids, you know, after practice? The biggest thing is take care of your bodies. You know, we have run a lot. We've been practicing a long time. The amount of reps that each of them has gotten has been extreme. And we're really demanding of them, not just in the speed with which they run their routes, but also with the effort and the intensity and the speed which they block in the run game. So they really have to make sure that they're taking care of their bodies, staying hydrated, being smart at night, getting their rest, that kind of thing. Wheaton, talk about Wheaton today. Again, everybody got a lot of reps, but how does he look as far as being, I don't know, the senior leader, I guess? He is just a fun kid to coach. He's a great kid. He's obviously really talented. So I'm pretty hard on him. I'm demanding of him because my expectations for him are so high. So I'm consistently pushing him. And the best thing about him is that he wants to be coached. He wants to be better. He wants to learn. He wants to improve his game. So I'm constantly in his ear, on his butt about what's right, what's not right, what can be faster, what his tendencies are in terms of, you know, not pushing his reps to depth or his routes to depth or not being full speed when he needs to be. So he continues to learn and improve. So I'm pretty excited about you know, his development, his continued progress. Overall, you like the group you got? It's a great group. It's a great group of kids. They're all working really hard. I think when you're watching us practice, you'll see guys like Boom starting to emerge and make some plays. Kevin Cummings has done a really nice job in these first few days. Micah Hadfield has played well. So I'm really encouraged. You know, Richard Mullaney made a nice play on a deep ball in a corner route early in practice. So, you know, those guys, even though they haven't played a lot, some of them, and because, you know, we've had Markus and James and some of those guys, I'm encouraged with the guys that haven't had as many game reps, how they're kind of progressing and what they're doing out here. Lastly, you mentioned Micah. You know, had the year, didn't play a lot, and he seems really big in the rotation. Talk about Micah. Well, he's doing a great job. You know, he's really, his deal is he's just been unfortunate. You know, last year, the second day of spring practice, when I just got here, he broke his wrist. Brandon Harden fell on his wrist, and he broke his wrist. So he was out for all of spring practice, and then he's having a nice fall camp, and then he broke his hand in fall camp. So he missed like 5 or 6 weeks, and he was able to play a little bit, made some plays in the Washington game for us, you know, later in the season. But I'm encouraged by what I see from him. He's doing a really nice job, and he's learning on the fly. And the biggest thing is that he's added some weight and some muscle, which is going to help him, you know, banging around with DBs in the Pac-12 conference. Are you embracing your role as the team leader, particularly for the receivers?
Yeah, I think so. You know, now that James and Daryl and those seniors are going, I'm definitely taking on that role as a senior.
How is spring different? We just got off a pretty long practice. Can you tell a difference in spring practice this year versus last year?
Yeah, I think the effort is definitely greater this year. You see, especially the defensive guys, you see those guys flying around, stripping a lot. I think we are up on our plays better, better than last year, and that'll help.
We talked about this a little bit in the winter, but now that we're out practicing, how does the being able to work with Sean a whole year and kind of being on the same page? Talk about working with Sean.
I think if you did watch, spring practice, you can tell. You can tell that that chemistry is there. That we have worked over the off season. And that'll definitely help. When we get to the games.
With the returning, I mean, there'll be some new kids in the fall, but talk about how all the receivers feel together as far as being a little family within a family.
Having that family, relationship with all the guys in our position, it comes in handy when we, when we do stuff off the field. We get tighter, so when we get out here, we can help each other better. We can relate to different stuff. We're just closer. I don't know how we can say that, but and we have a lot of guys that play multiple positions. So we definitely need the help.
Last question. He's got a full year under his belt as a senior leader on receivers. Talk about Mr. Cooks and his development.
Cook he came a long ways. You can tell on the field. You can definitely tell on the field. His speed is there. His hands. He dropped a lot of bad habits. From last year, and you can definitely tell as he plays out here. So he's going to be a great player.
Generally speaking, looks like you're excited for the upcoming season.
Oh yeah, I'm always excited to play football, but yeah, definitely.